Alrighty, good evening ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. As I promised you yesterday, we're going to be doing a couple of really long games. Have found a couple of, really long games just lying around in the round at 32 for the GSL. And so we're going to be casting them, one today and one tomorrow, hopefully, if I'm able to keep my eyes open for that long. So let's have a go at seeing what's going to happen. Looks like we got some fast links coming out, actually, from Mr. Shine. And they're going to cause a little bit of chaos, but one zealot should be enough to see them off. And as we know, perhaps YongHwa doesn't know, but as we know, there are no more links coming, so it's just these four. But he has got a second zealot out, and he is going to be fine. So let's introduce the players. Down the bottom right side of the map is Mr. YongHwa. He is 22 years of age, from South Korea, plays for the team MVP, and hates lings, apparently. Well, he hates lings now, after that little attack. But I gotta say, it's a very, very interesting tactic from Mr. Shine, who is top of the page, 23 years of age, from South Korea, plays for the team Samsung Galaxy. And yeah, so I think he went pool and then double hatch, which gave him a ton of early income, but also gave him enough pressure to sort of put YongHwa on a bit of a back foot, to sort of take him a little bit off guard. And I suppose on a fair amount of players, they might, they might see the early fallings coming in and they might do something very defensive to do that, like going for a second gateway or something like that. Maybe even going for a couple of gateways, delaying their nexus, something like that. Some sort of more defensive-minded play, because you're like, alright, my opponent's being ultra-aggressive, I'm going to go defensive. And meanwhile, as the Zerg player, you're going for just a crap ton of workers at that point. But YongHwa doesn't look like he's beaten off the macro at all. Looks like he's going for a ton of stuff, including the Stargate, which is just getting Phoenix out at the moment. So maybe a whole bunch of Phoenix is going to be good, but Shine knows something's up. I think he scouted this. And yeah, going to be getting a bunch of Spore Crawlers ASAP on all bases, putting them right in the middle. So might be able to snipe some workers mining the gas without hitting that Spore Crawler, but what can you do? The only way to avoid that is to get 2 spores in your base, which of course is more expensive, and more importantly, it means using up more workers, which at this point in the game, you do not want to be using up another 3 workers just to get that much closer. He's actually got a ton of workers on this front base. I suppose this is a bit easier for him to defend. Although, he's not really defending with anything. He's got no units at all. Like 7 lings and that's it. So, if YongHwa was to turn around and do a ground assault, then Shine would be... Oh, what do we got? Hit a lag. That's not good. Would be pretty screwed at the moment. I mean, a whole bunch of stalkers coming in here. Yeah, I would say that Shine would be pretty screwed. But that's not the plan, and YongHwa knows it's not the plan because, of course, he did scout that starport. So he's feeling pretty good at the moment, and his income is completely through the roof. But YongHwa, of course, still doing a half-decent job. Oh, I thought he was going to lift up that queen for a sec. Did not happen though, but did get a couple of workers, which is pretty good. So far, 2 drones killed and 3 probes. Those 3 probes probably killed by those lings right at the very start of the game. So yeah, Hydra's starting to come out from Mr. Shine. So it looks like, my guess would be the old Ling Hydra combination is going to be coming out. Most likely followed up with Corruptors to take care of the Colossus when they start to come out. I mean, just Hydras are very, very good against pretty much everything in the Protoss army except stuff like High Templar and Colossus. And that's why you get the Corruptors to deal with the Colossus. And then the Lings are just in there for a bit of good fun. Just to smash Stalkers, just to annoy everybody else, soak up damage from the other units who are intent on destroying the Hydras, that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a very, very potent combination against Protoss. And there we go, there's a Spire, Infestation Pit as well. just for some fun. As we have said, this is a long game, so if we do see some swarm hosts, I would not be surprised at all. It seems like it's swarm host after swarm host after swarm host, but that's because I try and cast the long games. So an occupational hazard of casting long games is that you have to deal with swarm hosts a little bit more than you probably would like to. But there you go. I could cast long games and deal with swarm hosts, or I could cast short games and then I'd be casting short games, which, you know, would suck. So I could cast like 3 games in one day. I could just cast them boom, boom, boom. Just a few short games, one after the other. I don't know. I've done that a couple of times when I've cast the game and it just turns out to be a dodgy one, like somebody leaves for no reason. Or it's just like, what? That's not a game. Let's cast another one and upload them on the same day. I never thought about doing that actually as, you know, as part of a proper thing. Because I don't know. I mean, once you get to that point, it's just like, oh, maybe I should cast 2 30-minute games per day. Maybe I should just start uploading them as separate videos instead of concatenating them in. And once you get to that point, it's just like, well, is there any actual plan here? Is there any actual limit? Should I just go crazy and cast 10 games a day? And where do you stop? So, no, I think I'm just gonna do what I currently do. Not worry too much about the length. The most important thing is 1 game a day. And if it's a dodgy game when somebody quits, then that doesn't count, so we have to cast another one. But the length is secondary in importance. So still important to have long games, but I think it's more important to have that 1 game. I don't know why I'm talking about my stuff when we should be talking about this game, but yeah, there we go. Corruptor's coming out, Ling's coming out. And the Hydra's working down the rocks. So yeah, these rocks not going to last very long. The Colossus just getting over here. Should be able to fry these guys a little bit. He's actually attacking his own rocks, just helping the Hydra out. I would have gone in with the Colossus and just started attacking these guys. Sort of taken a few hits off them. Ooh, a bunch of Zealots as well. It's going to be fun. We do have Zealot legs and Colossus range, which is nice. But suddenly, yes, there we are there, the Locusts. And we're going to need another Colossus production facility. The Zealots, there we go, doing a great job. Warping in a whole bunch more Zealots. No anti-ground units at the moment. The Queen holding off Zealots for the longest time, allowing the workers to get away. Very, very nice play from Mr. Shine. Digging the Queen in the corner. Buying time, but there are a ton of Zealots left, and I don't think Lings are going to be able to break this. He needs something a lot more than that. A single swarm host coming in will chop down quite a lot of these guys. But here we go. The Hydra's finally making it in. The Zealots going nuts. They haven't actually destroyed a building. They've had a crack at 3 different buildings, but it doesn't look like they're going to destroy any of them because, of course, the Hydras are going to absolutely annihilate every single Zealot they see. So there we go. A bit of a case of not really concentrating too much. I think that YongHwa could have easily taken out one of these buildings, but instead he chose to hack all 3 of them down to half health, which I definitely don't agree with. I mean, he can follow it up and maybe take out all 3, but I don't think Shine is going to fall down that easily again. There's a whole bunch of spine crawlers going down. That should hold this base off for a little while longer. Yeah. And we've got a main army coming down here. We're up to 3 Colossus and a whole bunch of High Templar as well with storms on the way, which is looking good. Looks like they're going to storm the top area here. That will be extremely hilarious. But meanwhile, a bunch of Hydras, Roaches, Zealots coming in here. And it looks like Shine is not going to meet too much resistance here. Going to take out a whole bunch of these bases. Cannons being unpowered before. No, wait, he's not actually killing. He's running back to take this out. The Colossus in extreme danger of being taken out by the Corruptors. Thank God there's no Vipers on the field yet. The Stalkers going out and trying to do their thing, but the Locusts have made their entrance. And now is the time for retreat. How many workers died there? A bit. He killed a bit there, so it's half decent. Another swarm of Zealots coming in. But the Hydra's already there waiting for them, and a bunch of Lings as well. The War Prism goes down. The Zealots trying to hold off there, may be able to kill the Roach Warren. No, they're going off and they're killing Locusts instead. He really needs to get a hold on the micro for these forces, but of course he is concentrating on these guys instead. And there we go. Doing a pretty good job, but the Corruptors are always there. Running straight into a storm though. And suddenly we need to get a warp out of there. Where's your mothership core? You are not in a good position, YongHwa. Although he roasted all the Hydras quite fast, but the Locust and the Corruptors taking out all of the Colossus. Down it goes as 3 Colossus, which are going to be very, very hard to replace, especially considering how many Locusts are on the field. So YongHwa managed to fight his way out of there, but I do not think he killed nearly as much as he lost. 3 Colossus, man. I don't think he killed anywhere near as much as he lost. And those are big units. They're like swarm hosts, man. I mean, you can't just build a crap ton of them when you lose them. They're not like Stalkers. You can't just build 10 of them at once. Colossus, man, they take a friggin' huge amounts to build. I probably shouldn't compare it with swarm hosts, because you can build a ton of swarm hosts if you got a ton of macro, but still, yeah, it's bad. It's very, very bad. So there we go. And 7 Infestors coming out as well. Whole bunch of Zealots coming in. Attack coming in there, but it does look like is held off there. Although I have a feeling there were actually Locusts that died in this base. And now the Locusts attacking these guys, but more Zealots coming in. Tell me he's actually going to take out something of value here. Please tell me he's going to take out something here. He's attacking the Roach Warren. No, he stopped at 6 health. Finally, it does go down. Another attack coming in here. He's going to try and snipe this using the force fields. And there we go. The hatchery goes down. So YongHwa finally getting some decent hits. Killing that Roach Warren is a nice victory. Killing that hatchery, an even better victory. Oh, but the fungal on the Zealots. That is just embarrassing to die with a bloody fungal in here. He needs to move these forces in. Half of them are trapped behind the other ones. The Archon is too fat. He needs to get out of the way because it's just not going to work with the rest of the team. And somehow this Zealot is just going nuts, and nobody has told anybody that there's Zealots there. He's just like, yeah, it's cool, man. I'm supposed to be here. See, here's my badge. It's all good. So yeah, YongHwa making some nice roaches into Zerg territory and actually doing some damage, which he wasn't really doing before, but it's nice to see that change. And he's going to have to deal with these Lings though. Lings getting in nice and close. Zealots getting warped in. Should be able to take care of these guys pretty easily. Do get buried, but of course there has got to be an Overseer somewhere. Did you get all of them? I think he did. Sometimes you run away, your Overseer runs away too fast and you miss them. And you don't even know because of course they're underground, so it's a bit hard to see. But we are fully into Locust territory right now. And the Vipers are on the way. And this is when it starts to get crazy because, yeah, the Colossus numbers are starting to look good. He's also got some Storm Tech out there, I think. But are the Vipers going to yank the Colossus into oblivion? Or can YongHwa push his way into a victory? That is the question. And my memory may be a little bit bad, but I don't see a lot of Protoss players winning in this sort of place. I mean, the Locust is very, very hard to deal with. Usually, they don't engage the Swarm Host directly. They go around, they start taking out tons of bases. They avoid them as best they can, and they try and do lightning attacks. But we'll see how it goes here. He's trying to do a lightning attack there. Didn't quite work. Is going to be running the hell out of there. And meanwhile, the Zealots coming in from all different directions. Might be able to take out this hatchery. Looks like he is going for it. The aggressiveness of Mr. YongHwa, I gotta say, is quite impressive at this point. At the same time, moving in here, getting rid of the creep, taking down these rocks. Should be good. There's Vipers here, but there's nothing for them to yank into. The hatchery goes down once again. This hatchery is looking very, very important at this point. If he manages to take this out, it's going to be insane. He's gotten through the rocks. Looking at here, if he can snipe this hatchery, then, oh man, Shine is going to be in a bad position, but he's so close to sniping some, like, 2 or 3 Colossus. Just boom. The hatchery goes down, and YongHwa, very, very wise to get out of there ASAP because he was so close to getting owned right there. But he is going to get flanked by some Locusts. I don't think he's too worried. The Colossus are taking them out quite nicely. Got level 3 weapons nice and fast, which is great against Locusts. But yeah, so moving in is actually pushing it back in here a little bit. Knocks the rocks down. I like this move, but the Locusts can still come around the other side, so it doesn't buy him all that much. But the Corruptors and the Locusts And the Vipers coming on in. 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus, 3 Colossus, 4 Colossus. All going down to that beautiful Viper play. And just like that, in 5 seconds, Shine has turned this game around and said, you may be able to send Zealots all over the place and you may be able to jump in and snipe my bases, but your Colossus are putty in my fingers and I can squish them whenever the hell I want. And yeah, YongHwa is just... he's on the back foot right now. He's got to recover, and we'll see how he recovers here. He's got some nice ground defense here. This base is just starting to get up, his 5th base. Don't know how well he's going to do here. He does have high Templars to hold off these guys, which is good. So they should be able to hold off the Locusts, but energy, man, it costs energy. So eventually you will run out of energy, and then you will not be in a good position. These guys running all the way in, all over the place. Going to do some great hits, completely ignoring that 4th base, which is very well protected, sorry. And look at this, man. The cannon. Oh, they actually just take the Nexus out behind the cannon. Cannon goes down, and that is a whole bunch of damage. Meanwhile, Zealots over here destroying all the choice buildings. If they take out the Hive, that means no more Vipers. If they take out the Spire, that means no more Corruptors. Main army coming in here, putting down some Storms, taking out some stuff, looking pretty good. The Lings have finished everything off here. Colossus are taking them out slowly but surely. And so far, a ton of damage being taken for both people. And it looks like this army is in a bad situation. I don't think... oh, yes. Very, very nice play. And the Zealots, meanwhile, this base has been completely undefended for the most part. And YongHwa going to be losing a ton of stuff there. All of his important tech buildings, I think, have gone down. I don't know if he's got spares. I don't believe he does. He's pretty much lost all his tech. Even his Spore colony has gone down. He has to rebuild that, and then I think he has to rebuild his lair. I think he has to rebuild his spire. Yeah, hatchery. No lair in sight. Nothing, man. So he is tech-starved at the moment. Absolutely tech-starved. And yeah, YongHwa still with a ton of workers going on. And he's still got 2 bases mining properly. Although this one, damn, that is so close to dying. It's not even funny. So YongHwa is holding on at the moment. He's looking very, very good. But this, the smallest amount of damage could take this base out. And then his income is going to halve almost. Not quite halve, because I think there's more workers at this base. But it will plummet. His mineral income will plummet. And yeah. He needs to take advantage though, but this is looking like a little island mountain fortress over here. So I can understand why YongHwa doesn't want to go in there and sort of deal with that sort of crap. So here we go. There's the lair. Here's another macro hatch coming out. Shine slowly getting his stuff up, but he hasn't been able to build anything for the longest time. Any military units. And this is the perfect opportunity for YongHwa to actually go in. He must know it's a good opportunity. He knows what buildings he destroyed. So let's see what he does. Let's see how he goes with this play. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Warp Prism running all the way back into the corner. I don't think the Corruptors are going to let it slide this time. After all the damage the Warp Prisms have done so far in this game, he is going to hunt that thing to the very, very edge of the world. Oh, Colossus, no! What a mistake there by YongHwa, man. It's not going to lose him the game, but damn. When you got an advantage like this, you do not just chuck it away like that. It is just not a good idea. A bunch of infestors over there. Can they throw in infested Terrans that far? Probably. I think they probably can. Here we go. A nice push in. Only 2 Colossus though. He's been losing a couple, I think. He lost one to a mistake. I don't know where the other one is. Nice storms coming down. The Corruptors coming in. I don't know if there are actually any Vipers. Doesn't look like Mr. Shine has any Vipers. He hasn't been able to build any. He must have lost the other ones. There we go. Nice fungals coming down. Infested Terrans? No, we're just seeing some fungals. Oh, that's a lot of workers that just went down. Very, very, very bad news. And yes, Shine getting very, very close to getting back in this game. He's still down a lot on the income, but he's been saving up so much gas. He'll be able to get out 1 million infestors when he gets there. He's got the infestation pit up, so he's just getting workers and stuff like that at the moment. Ling's hoping to time it with the Locust, but YongHwa, of course, attacking the workers first and scared them away very, very fast. Oh man, YongHwa I think he's still got an advantage, but it's slowly slipping away from him. And I'm not sure what he's waiting for. He's got 4 Colossus at the moment. I don't think it's going to get much better than that for going in. I really, really don't. He could possibly take out this base, but there's not much at this base. The most he can do is do another tech reset on Mr. Shine, buy himself some more time. And it looks like he is going to try and do that here, taking out as much as he can. The Queen in another great position. You can see there's only one Zealot attacking it, but a Zealot still attacking whatever the hell they want. Bunch of Lings getting in here, and they are going to get wiped out by the Zealots, so that's fine. The Queen finally going down. The Zealots and Stalkers trying to do as much as they can. Might be able to take out this lair again, but they are actually attacking units at this point. And attacking Locusts, never a good idea when you are a harassment force. It is, in fact, an extremely bad idea. And Shine going to hold off there, but a whole bunch of workers going down, or at least a few workers. And the hatchery is going to go down. This is one of the big ones right here. This hatchery has no mines at all, so there's just one hatchery that Shine is down to, and that is the big whopper over there that he has set as his island fortress. And these guys continuing to last. I cannot believe these guys are still alive, but apparently they are. And they're just going nuts here. More Locusts coming in. Zealots, you do not want to tangle with those Locusts. It's not a good idea. The production has slowed down for both players quite severely. Army-wise, they're actually pretty even. It's just income-wise that YongHwa still has a bit of an advantage. And yeah, he's looking very, very good at the moment. He's still looking very good. His Corruptors are still a bit of a pain, but he's getting so many storms off on them, and eventually they are going to get owned. But maybe you don't want to go that way. Maybe go another way. There be Locusts in that direction. And Shine has managed to keep his infestation pit alive, despite building it at the base where YongHwa just attacked. And now it is time for infestors to come out. And we'll see how much damage those crazy bastards can do. He's getting a very, very decent army of them. And Fungals, we've seen Fungals change all sorts of plays all over the place. Almost killed an infestor there, but got a face full of Fungal for his trouble. And YongHwa almost thinking about doing something here. Pulled back and stormed the Locusts, which is a good play. But there's Fungals going everywhere. Meanwhile, those rocks are being destroyed as well, so we can send the Locusts out in that direction. YongHwa, man, he's having a lot of troubles trying to get into this location. Maybe some air support would help him out a bit. Tempests potentially would be a good option, but I don't know if he's got the macro to do a huge tech switch like that. I really don't think he does. He may look like he's in the lead, but he's not doing all that well himself. I mean, neither player is above 1,000 minerals per minute, and 1,000 is... yeah, you need to be 1,000 at the 36-minute marker, or otherwise you are just sort of skating by. And YongHwa is skating a little bit faster than Shine, but he's still not going very fast. Shine is just, oh man, doing so well with these Locusts so far. But all it's going to take is like one Warp Prism, somehow finding it in here, laying down a whole bunch of guys, killing all those workers, and then Shine would be, oh crap. He's moving around the back, thinking about going in the backside. Maybe this entrance is a bit easier to get in, but looks like the answer is no. Storm's going down, laying the Locusts to waste though, but the Infestors are still a force to be reckoned with. And Fungals, oh man, 3 or 4 High Templar just died to a Fungal. You do not see that every day. You almost don't see that any day actually, but we did see it here today, so technically you do see it at least today, which is good. Ooh, here we go. Zealots moving out. Do get waylaid by a bunch of Lings and a bunch of Infestors. Those Infestors just annoying as all friggin' hell, man. And YongHwa just cannot get the timing with these Locusts. I'm sure he wants to jump in there, snipe a few Swarm Hosts, but he can just never get the timing perfect. It's extremely hard. The further you are from the Swarm Host, the harder it is to get the timing right. You basically got to push in, do as much damage as you can, wipe out the Locusts as fast as you can, and then keep on pushing, and hopefully you take out some Swarm Hosts before they get enough time for a second wave. But, oh man. Oh, look at that. Beautiful Fungals. Absolutely beautiful. If you can hold him here for the Locusts, That's going to be absolutely brutal. Look at these. Corruptors going in. 1 Colossus down. 2 Colossus down. Storm chases them away, but I think the damage has been done. The Colossus just starting to get owned. The High Templar are not lasting long term here. The Infestors have not taken nearly enough damage. They're still way too much of a powerful force. And for the longest time now, YongHwa is actually starting to look a little bit behind in the army supply. Shine is starting to look like he's getting back into it, but anything can happen. A spawning pool about to go down once again, and that is going to be bad news right there. Here we go, the Locust. Yeah, you guys have to run away, man. You guys have to run away. There we go. The Zealots are going to get taken out by Lings, although more Zealots coming in. Maybe he can take out the lair again. Maybe he can take out whatever the hell he wants. Infestation Pit would be good. I think the damage has been done. I think the Infestor numbers are out there, and they're not going to finish anytime soon. So that's it. Are the Lings actually attacking the Infestation Pit? I do believe they are. I do believe those Lings are attacking the Infestation Pit. Massive misclick is my only thought, because that was pretty much a massive misclick. It must have been. There's no possible reason why Shine would do that. He's actually building a hive. I don't know how he was building a hive when he lost his Infestation Pit. Maybe he just slipped that in there. Regardless. Or maybe he had that running before. So, yeah. Look at this base, though. The Locusts are right in here. Not quite got enough time, but they're going to go nuts. In doing so, however, Shine has left himself open. The hatchery is going down. Oh, please tell me he's going to be able to take this hatchery out. Please tell me he's not just going to leave it. Come on, you have to kill this hatchery. You have to. I know that Shine has this other hatchery over there, but you have to kill this one. He does have it, loses the Colossus, and might lose the rest of his army from Chain Fungal. So maybe it wasn't a good idea to take out that hatchery, but... Oh man, I can understand being desperate enough to kill that. I was saying do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. But of course now he has to deal with this hatchery. So he's still running on 2 hatcheries though. I assume he can macro up, hopefully nice and fast, but he's so far behind. I don't know if he's killed a single swarm host in this entire game. Oh, he's killed 7, but still, there's so many of the damn things on this field. There's still 14 left, and it is so insanely hard to kill a swarm host, man. It's like the hardest unit in the entire game to kill. I mean, forget battle cruisers, forget bloody motherships. It is freaking hard to kill a swarm host because you can't get near them without just a million units being thrown at your face. It's like trying to run through quicksand or something. That's how killing a swarm host feels. Oh, man. Alright, so YongHwa is just sort of dicing around here, but of course, he needs to be somewhere else. He needs to be over the other side of the map, destroying that hatchery. Is he doing it? Oh, man. He's getting some zealots in here, but there are roaches on the defensive. Roaches, of course, the ultimate cheap defensive unit for dealing with zealot incursions. And I'm very, very glad to see Shine pumping a bunch of them out just to deal with those zealots. But meanwhile, a bunch of roaches are going down to ground forces, which is not surprising. Looks like a long distance mining on this base doesn't quite have enough to build a nexus here. And yeah, this base would be beautiful, but of course that base would die as soon as he started building it, because those locusts are just completely aimed at that location. Oh no, get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there. Oh, the Colossus, not sure where to go. Oh, they've been neural parasited. They're attacking each other. They both die. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. And that has just been another nail in the coffin for YongHwa, which I don't think YongHwa has it anymore. I mean, he's doing good, but there's just too many infestors right here. Although he is feedbacking quite a bit of them, and that can definitely do a bit of damage. They're starting to look a little bit taken apart, but they're still holding on. 16 lost, but there are still 13 on the map, and actually mind controlling an Archon there as well, just for the hell of it. There we go. We're going to be getting out of there. Starting to lose a bunch more infestors. But, oh man, he's actually building a macro hatch. Why would you build a macro hatch? Just build a hatch there or something like that. At least you can mine from over there. But, man, starting to look starved out. YongHwa is very, very close to being starved out. He's almost got nothing left. Shine has almost got nothing left, but at least he's got this fully mining base, which is going to be fine. Actually, Shine tried to get a base here. That was never going to happen. Locust getting in close enough to destroy workers there. That's not a very good idea. Well, it's a good idea from Shine's point of view, but yeah, not looking good. And the millionth Locust kill just occurred, I think, on this very, very spot. So congratulations to that Locust, who's probably not with us anymore. But what can you say? This Nexus, man, the one with 31 health, I can't believe this guy is still alive. The guy should have died like 10 years ago. But yeah, there you go. What can you do? It looks like Shine's thinking about pushing out. And look at this army size, 18. How much has he got? Yeah, that's all. That's all. I don't think YongHwa can do anything at the moment. And look at this neural parasite. It's just absolutely nuts. 2 Archons, man. You have no idea how expensive those units are at this point of the game. And they just neural parasited them into oblivion. So there we go. Game done. And Mr. Shine. Very, very, very hard-fought victory there. In the end, managed to take it out. So congrats to him. And yeah, thank you very much for that epic, epic game. I think I will be able to cast the 3rd one today. We'll see. I'm starting to feel it, but I'll keep pushing on and we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned.